Previously on Profit.
Go for Chaz's job, CEO? No. Now, you've got your eye on the throne, but you want to be the power behind it.
They're saying Jack Walters killed Wayne Gresham.
I am not going to plea bargain. I'm innocent.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom.
He's dead. Oh, you think I'm gonna let him by with a heart attack?
You should. Because if you don't, I'll be forced to give him this. I smell Bobby.
They're gonna find what you did in that autopsy.
They're gonna find a noticeable but not excessive amount of potassium, which is secreted during a heart attack.
Oh, is that what you gave him, potassium? Oh, you think I'm gonna let him by with a heart attack?
You should. Because if you don't, I'll be forced to give him this.
This is my favorite part. Remember how you held up my syringe? You know, the one you used to kill your daddy with?
It's got your fingerprints on it, traces of potassium and a street-grade heroin. If they look closely enough, they're gonna find that in Dad's system.
Trying to set your own stepmother up for a murder you committed. What were you, boy? Raised by animals? I was so upset when you threw me out, I almost forgot about my little friend here. Which I always keep handy. Voice activated. See, I like to play back what happens to me in bed, and I got all kinds of tapes in all kinds of secret places. If something bad happens to me...
Oh, I don't see anything bad happening to you, Bobby.
I don't either, sugar. Not anymore.
How did you get into my apartment?
Your doorman is sweet on me.
Is that right?
I borrowed his passkey while he was, distracted. I see myself living in a great big suite at the Castlemar Hotel.
Really? All right. So do I.
Then I see you introducing me to some of your rich and powerful friends. I'm looking for me a new husband. Since you killed the last one, someone to look after me now that I'm approaching my early middle years. But don't worry, Jimmy, 'cause ain't nothing or nobody ever gonna change the way I feel about you.
There's nothing quite like a caring mother. Or for that matter, a caring boss.
You want me to hire Jeffrey Sykes? Are you crazy?
He's a sharp lawyer with a sterling reputation for honesty and integrity.
Who filed a class action lawsuit against us and won.
I told you he was good.
Leonard Littman, Chief Legal Counsel. He's close with Chaz's father, our chairman emeritus. Probably why Chaz hates him so much.
I spoke to your father about this, Chaz. I hope you don't mind. He's very excited.
Well, if Dad wants him.
Good. We'll get right on it. The day he gets hit by a bus, I believe in God again. All right, Jim. You're in acquisitions. Go acquire him.
Hiring a human being really isn't much different from acquiring a company. You mount an approach that will appeal to the seller.
What's going on here? Huh? Excuse me. How can these beautiful ladies be expected to eat this 3-day-old food that's only good for the workers in the Bressani sweatshops? The Bressani label doesn't worry about unions, our benefits, our consumers that hand over a 600% markup. Yeah.
Very clever, Mr. Sykes. Spiking the food in front of the press. All that free publicity.
So where'd you get those bugs?
I can't tell you that.
Jeffrey Sykes, Jim Profit, G&G. You're a hard man to reach. I've been calling you for 3 days. If I could just trouble you for a few minutes.
Look, Jim, I'm really not interested.
In actually making a difference? Don't get me wrong, Jeff. It's a good show. I had fun. But you and I both know what it's going to accomplish. Zip. If you want to do something about the evils in this world, Jeff, why don't you come join my team at Grayson & Grayson? Call me.
All right, it worked. You tricked them into offering you a job. I still don't like it. You could get yourself killed.
Mr. Prophet will likely be in more danger than I will.
Jimmy. Now, this is what I call living. Oh, a fireplace. A fireplace of my very own. Oh, God, look at that bedroom. This is what Grandma Luce would have called a boudoir built for two.
Well, I'm glad you like it, Bobby.
I love it. Oh, this is just too much.
This is your new wardrobe.
Oh.
It's all been prearranged. You've got casual, evening, and formal wear.
Oh. I feel just like Cinderella.
And here we have the tools of your new profession.
Profession? Baby, I ain't working.
Oh, Bobby, I'll do the actual work for you. You're going to be a decorator. I think it's a terrific way for you to meet rich potential husbands.
Oh. You really did learn a lot at all them colleges, didn't you?
Well, I'm due at a reception. Enjoy.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
you being so good to me like this touches me. It's like your poor dead daddy used to say. Family is everything. Let's not forget that. Or the fact that I could send you to jail till the end of time. Life is good.
Welcome to the fold, Jeffrey. We're all terrifically excited to have you on board.
Thank you, Jazz.
Well, here's one of your biggest fans. I trust the two of you have met.
Well, I've read a lot about you, but I've never had the pleasure in person. Leonard Littman, Chief Counsel.
Good to know you, Leonard.
Forgive me for talking business after hours, but have you ever heard of a terrific little company called Waste Not Garbage?
Leonard, we can't acquire Waste Not. It's run by Ivan Karpov. The fellas with a very, strict collection policy.
Mr. Karpov has never been convicted of a crime, unless, of course, you consider working in the hauling business a crime. I spoke to your father.
How very thoughtful of you. Jim, look into Waste Not tomorrow.
Will do.
We can look into it right now if you want.
That's interesting. It's almost as if Sykes knew Littman was going to bring up the garbage company. And Leonard claims he's never met Sykes before. We're going to have to take a closer look at our friend, Mr. Sykes. People are so rarely what they appear to be. Take Ivan Karpov, for instance.
Pleasure. Have a seat.
Thank you. If you hadn't thoroughly researched his past, you would never know he's personally killed a half a dozen men and ordered the death of many more during his illustrious career.
Well, Mr. Prophet, I understand Grayson & Grayson's interested in my little company. I have to warn you, I'm very satisfied with the operation the way it is.
Well, with the income stream your company's generating, you should be. The only problem I see is that 35% of your income is bogus. I assume you're laundering your drug profits and other illegal income through this company.
And I assume you have one hell of an offer to make.
With all due respect to Edgar, no slight to you, I'm sure he did a fine job doctoring the books, but would they stand up to a full-blown investigation? The one going back, say, 8, 10, 12 years.
I'm listening.
I've gone up against the IRS 7 times, Mr. Karpov. I've beaten the IRS 7 times. Auditing just happens to be a specialty of mine. The first thing I would do is review and amend your records.
You want to clean my books?
So to speak. After I'd done that and taught Edgar to keep them that way, we'd merge. You'd still remain in control and receive a $2,500,000 bonus just for signing. Look at it this way. It's an opportunity. An opportunity for you to spend more time with your family.
I want $3 million for signing. You clean the books here with my accountant. Nothing about my other businesses leaves this building. If anything goes wrong, I don't go get a lawyer. I kill you.
Hey.
Hey.
2 tickets to the Philharmonic. Front row center. You can thank me afterwards in a deeply personal way. Only we're not going, are we? Let me guess. Things didn't go as planned at G&G?
The Prophet knows that Karpov's books are dirty, but he's still making the deal. He should be in my office screaming bloody murder, telling me to contact the authorities.
Well, that was the plan.
Sorry. I'm just having a little trouble telling these corporate guys from the guys in the mob.
The guys in the mob carry guns.
I have to get my hands on those books.
And I have 2 very expensive tickets to the Philharmonic. I put 6 months into this relationship. You know, the one between me, you, and your obsession? I'll tell you what. Why don't you take your obsession to the theater? You 2 spend all your time together anyway.
Seen this memo? Since Jack's gone to prison, Chaz has appointed himself acting president of acquisitions. Oh, this is vintage Chaz. Seems I can have Jack's old office, but not his job.
Pete, don't worry. This whole thing's gonna blow over. They're gonna have to name a new president, and who's more qualified than you? This is petty politics, really. But Jack's office still looks like Jack's office. I don't think anybody wants to be reminded of him right now. You thought about redecorating?
Charles Grayson on 3, and your wife is here.
Yeah. Yes, Jim has talked to Waste Not. Well, everything looks good. No, we won't forget about the long-term negotiations, Chaz.
How are you?
Good. Pete and I are having lunch.
That's nice.
Chaz, I will copy you on everything. I won't even go to the bathroom without calling you first. Sorry, honey. Brother from hell. So, what were you 2 plotting?
Well, just about how you're going to run this entire place someday.
Is she the best?
I like what you've done here, Edgar. Moving the odometers up so you can pad the repairs and the depreciation. Let's just make sure the driver's cards reports Metro's numbers, okay?
Mr. Prophet, Mr. Littman from G&G on 2. He says it's important.
Sir, Mr. Lippman, what can I do for you?
Have you run our spreadsheet program on Waste Not yet?
Oh, we just started this morning. Why?
Oh, damn tax department has an upgrade on the projected payments program. I just got the new discs.
Well, I'll be in the office later today. I can pick them up then.
No, you don't have to do that. I'll modem them to you right now. What's your modem number?
555-0120.
Okay, here they come. Sorry to put a kink in your day.
No problem.
What are you up to? Did you put a virus or something on that disk? Never mind. What I don't know, I can't perjure myself about later. But as far as I'm concerned, we're even. We're even, Sykes. And if this lands me in a nest of vipers, they'll be sucking venom out of your hide, too.
Mr. Prophet. All you have to do is hit enter.
How the IRS loves spreadsheets.
How's it going?
Swimmingly. In a couple of days, you can publish your finances in the Times.
Well, what about the real numbers? There are certain people I have to report to.
Well, the numbers are buried so deep. Edgar and I are the only two that ever be able to find them.
Well, that's great. As long as nothing happens to Edgar or you.
Thank you.
Sorry I'm late. Bobby, this is Pete Grayson. Bobby's a very talented interior decorator.
It's a pleasure.
Bobby?
Well. This is not you. You are way too masculine for this office.
Well, I like her already.
See if there's anything here that catches your fancy.
Oh, I like that.
The lack of color is very non-judgmental.
Well, I wouldn't want to be judgmental. Pete, would you excuse me for just 1 second?
Sure.
Thanks. Joanne, is that new background check I asked for?
Yes. I did call Chaz to make sure he authorized it. You're so creative with memos.
Thank you.
I didn't realize Pete knew your stepmother.
Stepmother? She's an interior decorator. I'm just trying to help her find some work.
Well, that's your story, and you're sticking to it. Just don't expect me to buy it.
You know what? You're right. But unfortunately, I can't talk about it anymore without breaking her anonymity.
Oh, you met in AA?
Yeah.
She hasn't quite got that no drinking part yet.
Well, you know what they say. One day at a time.
Yeah, that's what Elizabeth says. You remember Jack's wife, Elizabeth? She lives in Fulton now, to be near the prison.
Joanne, listen. I know you have a special relationship with Jack. I'm no shrink. But I understand that it's easier for you to be angry with me than understand that he deceived us all. Okay? You want to come to my office?
Here we go. Karpoff's files come to Papa.
Forgot to countersign the payroll tax. What's going on? Somebody's draining the file!
Bye-bye now.
Were you able to discover if Sykes ever worked with our chief counsel, Leonard Lippman?
During summers in law school, Sykes clerked for Dodson, Bremer, and Fay. Lippman filed a class action suit against their client, Bigelow Drugs, for manufacturing a heart medicine in the wrong dosage. Bigelow won in the first trial, but when Lippman discovered that Bigelow was suppressing their own research studies, he won $300 million on appeal.
Wow. You think Sykes fed Lippman the research?
No, I know he did. I talked to a partner who worked for Dodson, Bremer, and Fay that year.
What about personal ties?
His girlfriend is Lucinda Lovett, the designer. She was convicted twice of drug possession. Last bust was 5 years ago. She seems pretty clean now.
Who's Reed Fisher?
Sykes' best friend. They grew up together.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
Fisher was an investigative reporter for the Philadelphia Eagle. He disappeared 3 years ago while on assignment.
Doing an expose on Ivan Karpov. Karpov killed Sykes' best friend.
The police couldn't prove a thing. The feds came up empty, too. Say, aren't you in some sort of deal with Ivan Karpov? Sure hope you don't end up in little bitty pieces.
Agent Briggs.
It's Sykes. How are you?
I was bad, but now I'm hearing from you I'm worse.
This isn't
About Karpov killing Reed. It's about Karpov's tax evasion. His backdoor deals with the other families, his drug and protection money, how he launders it.
When you have proof of those allegations, don't hesitate.
Take to give us a jingle.
Anthony, don't hang up. I've got proof. I got copies of his records going back 10 years.
You're not big on letting go, are you? One question. And try to remember you're talking to an FBI agent. Did you come to possess these records through legitimate means?
Of course, Anthony. The normal performance of my new job at Grayson & Grayson, I discovered them.
Close enough.
Evening, Jim. I understand we have a little problem.
Undelete.
Not available.
That's a start, Maury. Just keep reaching out to everyone we know.
It's totally erased. I can't retrieve anything.
So?
It's gone. Everything. The stuff we cleaned, the stuff we didn't.
Jim, can we
keep working?
I was just talking with one of my lawyers in Washington. He's got connections with the FBI. It seems that they're sending an agent out here who expects to get his hands on my business records in the next 12 hours.
I did not do this to you.
Do you know the people these records implicate? Do you have any idea what they do to me if the FBI gets them?
If I stole your records, why would I come back here tonight to get them? I didn't do it. A fella named Jeffrey Sykes did. He's a lawyer. He just came to work with us at G&G.
Take him somewhere and kill him.
He was Reed Fisher's best friend. Ring a bell? A lot of people seem to think you killed Reed Fisher. Sykes can't prove it, so he's gonna get you this way.
You're quick on your feet. Except, how did Sykes get my records if he's never been here?
Electronically. He fed me a spreadsheet program with a stealth virus on it, which he used to invade your system.
Electronically?
Yeah.
You can do that?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Look, we're both in the same boat. You've got 12 hours. Give them to me. I can get your records back. I know where Sykes is weak.
Well, let me tell you where I'm not weak, Mr. Prophet. I hand-fed that son of a bitch Reed Fisher to the rats, and him I kind of liked. What do you think I'm gonna do to you? "12 hours. Keep an eye on him.
If you thought sending me all those roses and tantalizing love notes was going to work, you were right. What are we celebrating?
The end of Ivan Karpov. I got his records.
Oh, thank God.
Joanne, hi. I'm sorry to disturb you.
What happened to you?
It's not important. You left something out of that report. The fact that Sykes blackmailed Littman to get his job at G&G, didn't you?
I never said that.
Well, you said you spoke to a partner who worked at the law firm that Sykes was clerking at when he leaked the drug research to Littman.
That conversation was off the record on the grounds I protect the person's anonymity. You know, kind of like what you're doing for Bobby.
I need the name of that partner.
Do you? I'd like to know why you introduced your stepmother to Pete Grayson. Feel like telling me? No? Good night.
Joanne, you're crossing the line here.
What line?
You have a responsibility to Grayson and Grayson. This has got nothing to do with me, okay? This is about Sykes harming the company.
Sykes isn't the one who got us into a deal with a crook. You are. And if Sykes can get us out of that deal, he's helping G&G. You crossed the line when you got into bed with Ivan Karpov. And if he means to harm you, well, Jim, I'm sorry. I just don't think I'm going to be losing much sleep over that. Good night.
Joanne. You can open this door and you're going to give me the name of that partner.
Oh, please, Jim, break down the door. Give me an excuse to blow your psychopathic head off.
Better be gravely important.
We got a problem. The old man says the bust'll never stick unless we have the records in Karpov's possession. I'm canceling my flight.
Don't. I'll get them in his possession.
How?
I'll do it.
And you'll get a big promotion.
Yeah, right.
You know you ought to at least blow in my ear you're gonna lead me around like this?
Anthony, please.
I'll be there.
Designer makes herself beautiful at her antique vanity table next to her roomy walk-in closet. Vanity.
It seems you've taken something that doesn't belong to you, Jeff.
What do you want?
I want you to give it
back to me. Tomorrow morning at Lucinda's fashion show. If you decide not to, if you decide to share this conversation with anyone else, especially that FBI agent who's flying out here.
How do you know about that?
Please don't interrupt me, Jeff. If you decide to do anything other than give me the records, Lucinda's life is over. Sleep tight.
Smart Buy Online Pharmacy.
Do you deliver?
24 hours a day.
I need some baby laxative. 2 small boxes and some extra strength aspirin, please.
Okay.
It's
open!
open!
Go away from Club Med. Do you remember the name of the last person you made love to? There you go. One away from Club Med. Has anyone fainted after
Jimmy.
making love to you?
What you want?
You.
Well, it's a little early, but what the hell?
Hey, that's my girl.
Ooh, so somebody got hurt. I kind of like that.
Use your bathroom, Bobby.
Well, if you have to. Hey, I'll even turn off the TV for you.
Wouldn't want any performance anxiety.
Bobby prefers to keep her dope in the bathroom, in case she needs to shoot up when she's got company.
Hurry up, sugar. I got the tape recorder all ready and everything.
Bobby.
Hello? Phone. For you.
This is Jim Prophet, and it better be important.
Oh, you told me to call you at exactly 9:15.
What? No, we had a deal. No. Don't do anything. I'm on my way. You're not gonna believe this one.
What?
A $20 million negotiation is about to go up in smoke if I don't talk a Saudi arms dealer back to the table.
Oh, really? So you think you're gonna just leave me here like this?
Some decisions are hard to make, Bobby. This one's sex or money. Sweets like this are very expensive. What's it gonna be?
Hit the road, baby.
Okay.
Morning, Jeff. Lucinda looks so beautiful today, doesn't she? You'd never believe she had a couple of drug busts in her past. You know what would happen if she was convicted again, say for possession with intent to deal? Of course you do, you're a lawyer. That 3 strikes law kicks in, she goes to prison for the rest of her life. It's a mess, really.
She doesn't use drugs.
I know. See that gentleman out there in the trench coat? He's a cop. Got a phone call this morning about Lucinda. He's just waiting for another tip to tell him where she stashes her dope. I mean, maybe it's her handbag, you know? Her office. Or maybe that vanity table, you know, the antique one next to that walk-in closet in her house.
You were in her apartment.
Well, so what's it gonna be, pal? Karpov's records? Lucinda's future? I'd choose door number 1 if I were you.
Everything's on.
Thank you. One more thing, Jeff. Nothing personal, but it doesn't seem to be working out for you at G&G. It's too bad, really. Let's have your resignation on Chaz's desk by the end of business today. ought to get that fixed. Everything's back where it belongs. Put that in a safe place. It's got both sets of records on it, clean and private. It's good to be back in business with you.
What about this guy, Sykes?
Sykes? I don't think he's going to be bothering us anymore.
Federal agents. Ivan Karpov, you are under arrest for defrauding the United States government and its Internal Revenue Service and for laundering illegal income. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Do you understand your rights, Mr. Karpov?
Oh, yeah, I understand. What you do?
Let's make a note for the record. Karpov had the files in his possession at the time of arrest.
Hang on a second. You don't know me, but you know a friend of mine, Reed Fisher. So why don't you think of the next 25 years as a little present from him?
Well, you said you'd get them in Karpov's hands. And you did.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it. I just want to thank you, Jim. I don't know what we would have done without you.
Oh, well, you know, I try to help wherever I can.
Why don't we get a few things straight? You threatened someone I love. Maybe you were desperate and you felt your life was in jeopardy and you had to. It's okay. It's yesterday's news. I'm not gunning for you. And I don't expect you to come gunning for me. But you need to understand. If anything, like the crap you poured on Lucinda ever happens to me and mine again, I will wipe the floor with you. Owen, Jim. I'm not resigning. I kind of like it here on the power side.
Well, it's not enough that I have an idiot brother in acquisitions. Now I have Sykes in business affairs. You realize he's insane. He doesn't give a damn whether we make money or we lose money. I can't fire him. The press would fillet me. Just what the hell were you thinking?
What was the best solution to a bad problem?
Instead of acquiring Waste Nut like I told you to, you subjected Mr. Karpov to a witch hunt. Something like this happens again, you'll be looking for employment elsewhere.
Wow, he's really upset.
You have something you want to talk to me about, Joanne?
I'm going to ask your advice about something. I've been writing letters to Jack in prison, and, well, I can't wait to tell him about the new guy, Sykes, and how he's running circles around you. But do I tell him that Ivan Karpov is going to kill you for betraying him, or do I wait for the next letter, you know, sort of spread out the good news?
Whichever one you choose, make sure you give him my best.
When we discovered something wasn't quite right with Mr. Karpov's books, we immediately contacted the appropriate authorities and cooperated fully in his arrest. We are especially proud of the roles played by our new Business Affairs VP, Jeffrey Sykes, and our Acquisitions VP, Jim Profit.
You let that creature put drugs in my purse?
You were never in danger.
What if you had to choose between me and reaching your almighty objective? What if he had you in a real vice?
He didn't have
what
me in
if he did?
Then I would have lost. I promise. It'll never happen again.
No, it won't. Let me ask you something. You could have chosen any corporation to get at Karpov. Why G&G?
It's personal.
I know, Jay. That's why you need to tell me.
Lou, I can't.
I hope you find whatever it is you want there. And I hope it was worth losing me.
Failure. It's a much better teacher than success. My failure was in underestimating my competition, which was far more complex and dangerous than I had suspected. I'll know better next time. This is Jim Prophet. Please leave a message.
You ain't gonna believe what happened to me. Some swayback lowlife married to his cousin drug dealer sold me a bunch of damn baby laxative. You can't trust nobody in this cheap-ass world. You better get your butt over here, Jimmy. I need money and I need loving.
Sorry, Mom. Servicing you tonight is the least of my troubles.
How you doing, Mr. Karpov? Everything okay? Anything we can do for you?
Yeah. I really need to get...
Hold on. I'm still talking here. Now, me and my buddies that guard this septic tank, we know a friend of yours, Jim Prophet. He's got us all in a monthly stipend. Good money, too, but we're all hoping you clock him anyway. You want to know why? Because if something bad happens to him, like an accident, then all we have to do is bash your head in. And we get like this major cash bonus from his estate. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, don't throw in the towel, comrade. I really want to put a pool in the backyard.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. Are you all right?
I'll be just fine.